You had some kind of rainwater collection, but now you like upgraded it, right? You redid. I saw a video where you did your whole like your whole rainwater thing redone, right?
I cleaned it up a little bit. I'm still doing the same amount. I'm actually gonna look into next year adding some because after this year I like realized that it's not sufficient all the time. I've got lucky the last few years, but yeah, I'm gonna be adding some other barrels this year.
Nice.
A company had reached out to me called Thin Tanks, and they make like five, like I think they're like in between like 200 gallons, like 500 gallon, and they're thin, like maybe 6 inch wide tanks, but they mount up against your wall,
Hmm.
and it's really interesting. I don't have gutters in my house, and I don't plan on living in my house forever either. But they reached out to me. Um, but that would be something that would be kind of cool, like to partner with. I can maybe send them your way.
Yeah,
I know they're here in Texas, but maybe they can do some stuff up there too.
I use actually I get the barrels that I use are slim barrels. They're like smaller barrels because I don't have the space to have a bunch of like 55-gallon drums out there. And I get mine actually from the water department here locally. They're the real heavy plastic barrels that the chlorine comes in to treat the water.
Oh, nice.
So I use those because they're safe. Once that chlorine evaporates, nothing in there to worry about.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
And there's a company called Rain Pal that makes all these like really nice accessories for linking barrels together and doing everything you need to do. So I get all that stuff from them, and I can just rig up my own system the way I want it.
That's awesome.
What's the pressure like on that? Is it just sort of a drip drizzle, or is it like come out pretty flush when it's full?
It pretty decent. Like I don't attach a hose to it and go out and spray the beds. I actually have a Petra Tools sent me a big battery operated sprayer. So I'll use that to go around the garden and water everything. But depending on how high you raise your barrels, you can get some decent pressure out of them, just gravity pressure.
Yeah.
Or you can even put a pump in there if you want to, which I may end up doing at some point if I decide to set up some kind of irrigation. But man, I look at my garden with the way it's spread out. Trying to put irrigation in there is going to be a nightmare.
Oh, that looks fancy.
Oh, those are cool.
This is that Thin Tank company I was talking about. Yeah, they're I think they're out of Austin.
Oh, wow.
You could use that in a passive solar greenhouse as like a radiant heat wall.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking it.
Yeah, and they make these
That'd
little
be
sleeves.
perfect.
Yeah, put that up against the
that go
wall.
inside. Yeah. Yeah, I've been shouting them out to everybody because it's such a cool idea.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna
Put,
check that
put the
out.
link in the chat. I want to check that out. That's
Yeah, I
pretty neat.
can do that. Yeah. Put that in there. But yeah, no, I mean, do y'all do any, Josh, Phil, do you do any kind of rainwater collection? I know during the winter
I have
time,
one.
you have a rainwater tank?
Yeah, I have two. I bought one just as a radiant heat, like a thermal radiant heat for my greenhouse, where it's just a pickle barrel without anything drilled. And then I have one that has a spigot that's over, but I haven't sawed my gutter because I have internal gutters on most of my house, except for one part that hangs over my sunroom and it runs down. And I have all the pieces. I just haven't isolated the time. I've been wicked busy with stuff, but yeah, it's great. Like the plants respond really well to it. I just need to commit to it, buy some cinder blocks to get the thing up on elevation a little bit so I can use that.
Huge difference using rainwater.
Yeah.
Well,
tap
That's
water.
good to know.
during the winter time when I have all my seedlings and like my stuff in the garage, I'll open up the garage if it starts raining and fill a bunch of buckets and then use it to fill my sprayer and then water all my seedlings. And
That's pretty cool.
I really saw a difference last year in just
Hmm.
that, that was like I don't have gutters. I just put like 7 or 8 buckets out and just filled up my sprayer once a day. It was nice.
Yeah, when I'm doing my
Rainwater-
seed starting,
Cool.
I have a bunch of gallon jugs full of rainwater down there too. That's all I use.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's usually colder, so you want to make sure they bring the buckets inside and let them get to room temperature inside the garage. I I learned my lesson. Don't just put them right into the sprayer and start spraying that cold ass water on it.
I leave gallon jugs on my heat mats when I'm starting my seeds so that they stay up to temperature.
Yeah,
We've got a well, so our water's pretty good for watering plants with.
Yeah,
which is
well,
nice. So
That's good.
That's pretty convenient, and I could just sort of run it as long as I want. I don't have to worry about like too much, just the power to generate for the pump. But we got it tested and things like that, and the pH tested, so I know like what's in it. But it's clean, tastes good.
Yeah.
A little bit of calcium.
Do you
in
run
there,
it through a filter? Do you run it through a filter before you put it onto your plants? Or is
I
They
do have
clog so quick.
a whole house filter, but I have to change it like once a month. Literally,
It's a lot.
like you have to keep up with it if you want to filter.
yeah,
the
I'm
water.
on well water and I have a well
Okay.
system.